Welcome to Scary Stories, the YouTube channel that brings you the most bone-chilling tales of horror from around the world. In today's story, we follow a young couple as they journey down the infamous Highway 66, passing through the mysterious and deadly Valley of Death. As they drive, they begin to feel as though they are being watched, and soon find themselves pursued by a mysterious figure. But this is just the beginning of their nightmare, as they soon discover that they have become trapped in a time loop, reliving the same terrifying experience over and over again. Will they be able to break the curse and escape the Valley of Death, or will they be doomed to live this nightmare forever? Get ready to be on the edge of your seat as we present this spine-tingling tale of horror. So sit back, turn off the lights, and prepare yourself for a journey into the unknown with Scary Stories. As the couple drove down the lonely highway, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. Every time they looked in the rearview mirror, they caught glimpses of a shadowy figure just out of sight. As the minutes ticked by, the landscape around them seemed to grow darker and more ominous. The sky, once clear and blue, was now shrouded in thick, dark clouds. The air grew colder and the wind howled around the car. Just when the couple thought they had escaped their pursuer, they found themselves back at the beginning of the highway. It was as if they had never left, as if time had looped back on itself. Panic set in as they realized they were trapped in this time loop, doomed to relive this nightmare over and over again. They tried everything they could think of to break the cycle, turning around, speeding up, slowing down, but nothing seemed to work. As the hours turned into days, the couple's fear turned to desperation. They stopped the car and got out, screaming for help into the empty desert. But no one answered their calls, and no help came. It wasn't until they stumbled upon an old abandoned gas station that they realized the truth. This was no ordinary time loop. It was a curse, placed upon the Valley of Death by a vengeful spirit, seeking revenge for some long-forgotten wrong. As the couple huddled together in the abandoned gas station, they knew they had only one chance to break the curse. They had to find the spirit and make things right. With nothing to lose, they set out into the desert, determined to break the curse and escape the time loop before it was too late. But as they walked deeper into the Valley of Death, they knew they were risking everything, including their very lives. Would they be able to break the curse and escape the time loop, or would they be trapped in this nightmare forever? Only time would tell. As they trekked deeper into the Valley of Death, the couple began to notice strange and unusual occurrences happening around them. Shadows moved without a source, whispers echoed through the canyon walls, and an unnatural coldness seemed to grip the air. Despite the growing terror within them, they pressed on, driven by a desperate need to break the curse and escape the time loop. They finally arrived at the heart of the valley, where an old abandoned cabin stood. The cabin was dilapidated and decrepit, but it was clear that someone or something had been there recently. The couple slowly pushed open the door and found themselves face to face with the spirit that had trapped them in the loop. The spirit was a grotesque creature, with long, bony fingers and a face twisted into a permanent sneer. Its eyes glowed red in the dim light of the cabin, and its voice was like the scraping of nails on a chalkboard. But the couple was not deterred. They stood their ground and pleaded with the spirit to release them from the curse. To their surprise, the spirit listened. It revealed that it had been wronged long ago by a traveler who had passed through the valley and had never righted the wrong they had committed. The spirit had been cursing travelers who passed through the valley ever since, hoping that one would finally put things right. The couple realized what they had to do. They set out to right the wrong committed long ago, determined to break the curse and escape the time loop. After a long journey, they found the descendants of the traveler who had committed the wrong so many years ago. They made things right and returned to the cabin in the heart of the Valley of Death. There, the spirit lifted the curse and the couple was freed from the time loop. They drove out of the valley, their hearts pounding with relief and gratitude. From that day forward, they never forgot the lesson they had learned. They had faced their fears, made things right, and emerged stronger for it. And they knew that they would never take the freedom of time and movement for granted again. If you enjoyed this chilling tale and want to experience more spine-tingling stories like this one, then be sure to subscribe to the Scary Stories YouTube channel. With a wide variety of horror stories, ranging from the supernatural to the psychological, the Scary Stories channel is the perfect destination for those who love to be scared. Whether you're a horror aficionado or just looking for a good scare, you'll find something to enjoy on this channel. So, what are you waiting for? Join the Scary Stories community today and brace yourself for a world of terror, suspense, and horror. But be warned, once you start watching, you may never want to look away.